Epic Conversation, Red Pill Bible Study. What's good, y'all? What's happening? If you've been rocking with me, you know what's going on. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, this is called Epic Conversation, Red Pill Bible Study. And what I've been doing with these Bible studies is going through the Bible in order, starting in the book of Genesis. And we're going to go through the entire book, pointing out to you, identifying Satan in the Bible. And through his works, what he calls himself, he calls himself the Lord. The being that's called the Lord in the Bible is Satan. Let me just make that plain. Let me state that so those that don't have ears for it, you can leave now. But those that do have ears for it, yes, indeed, the one that's called the Lord in the Bible is Satan. His introduction in the Bible is in Genesis chapter 2, verse 4. Genesis chapter 1 all the way up into Genesis chapter 2, verse 3 describe the work of the Most High and the angels, messengers that are subjects of his kingdom. Remember, in case this sounds crazy to you, I just need you to remember that Satan rebelled against God and wanted to be worshipped in place of God. And his issue with God is that you are not worthy to inherit eternal life and rulership, ownership of the earth. Because that is the Most High's plan for you to inherit eternal life and to rule over his creation. The adversary, Satan, the devil, does not think you are worthy of that. And so he rebelled in heaven, was cast out. And when he got to work, he didn't stop rebelling. He still wanted to be worshiped in the place of the Most High God. And he still feel like you are unworthy of your birthright. And he went about trying to deceive you out of it. Take it from you. You were given ownership of the world from the beginning of time. The Most High said, I give you authority, dominion, and rule to all mankind. So anything in this world that presents itself to you in an attempt to get you to bow down, worship it, is not doing the will of the Most High, because the will of the Most High is for you to rule here and not for you to be ruled over. The Most High placed nothing on earth for you to bow to. Nobody, no person, no spirit, no angel. Nothing exists on this earth that you should worship, imitate, bow down to. And if you are doing so, you are doing so against the will of the Most High God. Anything done in opposition to the will of the Most High God is satanic, adversarial. You worship Satan. But Satan, your adversary, which is what he is, doesn't call himself your adversary. Why would he do that? Then you will know and be able to guard against him. Remember, he wants to be worshipped. So you think he's going to present himself to you as, hey, I'm your adversary, or, hey, I'm your Lord. I need you to put your thinking cap on. I need you to be brave. I need you to have courage and come out of fantasy land and step into reality with me. Stop running. Stop hiding. Stop despising yourself. When you see me, you see yourself. Stop despising yourself. My children, my sheep know my voice. It's not talking about a tone or a timbre. The Most High God is a spirit. Those that worship must worship in spirit and in truth. Ain't no tone, ain't no timbre. His tone, his timbre is truth. And you recognize the truth when you hear it. It resonates in you. That's the voice. That's you knowing the voice of the Most High God. So with that said and with that laid down for you to walk with me and understand, consider this advanced classes, advanced Bible study for those students that are ready The teacher has appeared. I'm not the teacher. I'm relating to you what was downloaded into my brain from my mind, from the light of the Most High God. The light is what we call Christ. And so I walk in the light. I speak in the light. We are not followers of the light, but partakers of it. We exist in it. We're not following it. We emit it. You're a lamp. So, with this understanding, I introduce you to the truth in the book of Genesis, and we got an understanding between Adam as mankind and Adam as a singular person and the difference between the two. And we got to understand who Adam was following and his descendants. And we've traced his descendants all the way down to the man Moses. They done came up out of Israel. You have to go back and you have to watch my video. But what I'm finna do right here is read to you Exodus chapter 16. And I'm finna point out to you that this being called the Lord is Satan. And the Bible is written to reveal this to you. So peep the revelation. The whole Israelite community set out from Elam. I read this the other day. So I'm gonna skip a little bit. They done came out of Egypt. They in the desert, right? And the children of Israel are complaining to Moses and Aaron because they don't have the food and the water, the type of food and the water that they had in Egypt. Egypt means prison or fortified place. So Moses told them, So Moses and Aaron said to all the Israelites, in the evening you will know that it was the Lord who brought you out of Egypt. And in the morning you will see the glory of the Lord, because he has heard your grumbling against him. Who are we that you should grumble against us? Moses also said. You will know that it was the Lord when he gives you meat to eat in the evening and all the bread you want in the morning, because he has heard your grumbling against him. Who are we? You are not grumbling against us, but against the Lord. So this is the response that Moses give the children of Israel. But let me get to it, man. I need y'all to really, it's going to get a little bit dark with this. But I'm going to need y'all to pay real close attention to what I'm finna show you. What this book is finna show you. Check this out. That evening, the Lord said to Moses, I have heard the grumbling of the Israelites. Tell them at twilight you will eat meat, and in the morning you will be filled with bread. Then you will know that I am the Lord, all caps, your God. When you see Lord written in all caps in the Bible, that's a name. The name is YHWH. They say it's pronounced Yahweh, but it's not. It's really pronounced you. And they changed that you, YHWH, to Lord, because they believe that the name was so sacred that it shouldn't be repeated. And so they replace it with Adonai, which means Lord or Master. And so this being is presenting himself to them as their master, the I am that I am. He's saying that the I am that's in you, when you say I'm good, how you identify yourself from the fifth dimension in your mind as I am, because you know that's what you call yourself, right? I ain't talking about what your mama named you. I'm talking about what you call yourself. You call yourself I am. If I'm lying, let me shut up. You call yourself I am, don't you? Hey, how you doing? I'm good. Yeah, you call yourself I am. Quit playing with me. You can try to play the games with other people, but you can't play no game with yourself. Now, you think this being that they dealing with, he's saying that he is that I am that's in you. That's his claim. Remember, he want to be worshiped in the place of the Most High God, and the kingdom of the Most High God is within you. This being is claiming he's that. So let's see. Let's see if he is. That evening, quail came and covered the camp in the morning. There was a layer of dew around the camp. When the dew was gone, thin flakes like frost on the ground appeared on the desert floor. When the Israelites saw it, they said to each other, "What is it?" For they did not know what it was. Moses said to them, "It is the bread the Lord has given you to eat. This is what the Lord has commanded." The name manna mean, what is it? Like a question. What's that? That's what manna mean. Literally. I went looked up the Hebrew meaning of manna, and it literally mean, what is it? That's why he say, when the Israelites saw it, they said to each other, "What is it?" They said manna. What manna mean? This is the bread that the Lord gave them. Pay attention. Each one is to gather as much as he needs. Take 1 omer, that's a measure of weight, for each person you have in your tent. I don't know how much an omer is, but from the implication from what it says is, it is some type of measurement. The Israelite did as they were told. Some gathered much, some little. And when they measured it by the omer, he who gathered much did not have too much, and he who gathered little did not have too little. I got to get in. I just got the hey, look up omer. So I'm going to look up omer. Each one gathered as much as he needed. Then Moses said to them, "No one is to keep any of it until morning." However, some of them paid no attention to Moses. They kept part of it till morning. But it was full of maggots and began to smell. So Moses was angry with them. Hold up, let me fix my studio. He say, hold on. Let me read that again. I'm glad it paused right there. That was a natural pause. That was a pause. That was a pause in reality for that to sink in, and the critical thinking abilities you've been blessed with to begin to start working. That's what that pause is for. But just in case they didn't, I'm going to read it to you again. They kept part of it until morning. When the sun came, when the sun came back up, when the light came, but it was full of maggots and began to smell. That's what the Lord gave them. That's the bread that the Lord gave them. It looked good. It even had a sweet taste. But when that light hit it, say till the morning, y'all. Yeah, when the light hit it, what they got from the Lord, when the light hit the bread that they got from the Lord, it was full of maggots and began to smell. You got to hurry up and eat it. Don't look at it too long. Don't keep it too long. Hurry up and eat it. Listen to me, man. And listen to me good. If somebody give you something to eat, but they tell you got to hurry up and eat it today. Here, I'm going to give you, it's good, but you got to hurry up and eat it today. Right? And let's say you get distracted, you get caught up in your work, you ended up putting it up in the leaving it on the counter. You put it in your cupboard, and you go back and for it the next day, and it's full of maggots and it stank. Hey man, next time I come with that, hey man, here I got something for you. Remember what I gave you last time, but you got to hurry up and eat it. Will you eat it? Quit playing with me, man. You got given this information backwards, and you worship, this is your God. This the bread he give you. Let me show you what the Most High, how the Most High feeds you. For you won't get it twisted. For you won't get it twisted. Let me show you what he gave him quail. Remember, that's a type of bird. He told him, I'm going to give you meat and bread. What God say? What the Most High say? Then God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth. And every tree that has fruit with seed in it, they will be yours for food. King James Version say they will be yours for meat. That's what the Most High gave you. And the first chapter of Genesis is your unleavened bread. That's the bread. It don't turn to maggots and stink in the morning. It don't change. Can you follow this? This is advanced. This is red pill Bible study. This is epic conversation. Man, listen, man, I'm not talking about no butts, in no jewelry, in no clothes, in your favorite idol that you worship. I don't care about your favorite idol. I don't care about the money you worship. I'm talking about the Most High. This is advanced, epic conversation. We not talking about nothing over here. Yeah, we praise the Most High God over here. That's all we want to do. That's all we want to learn about. That's all we want to know about. I don't want to know about who got the most green pieces of paper with them with slave master pictures on them. Man, I don't care who got my work ain't to get that. They don't have no value. You think I'm finna work this holy divine temple of the Most High God for dollars? You got to be out your mind. I work for the kingdom of the Most High God. You gonna realize his kingdom is within you. This is about you. Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you from the book? Can I expose him, the imposter, for who he is? The one you got tricked into worship, and how they done it to you? By giving you this information backwards, out of order. So now we got to deal with him and his son, the Antichrist, the one that gets you to look outside of yourself for the Most High, for the light of the Most High, for the way of the Most High. The one that's trying to get you to look to him for evidence of the Most High instead of looking within you. Can we talk about the apostle and his son? Cause once we get rid of him, man, it's gonna get crunk, y'all. Once you quit being scared, that's all it comes down to. You just scared. I'm just scared. That's what they fed you, fear and guilt, and backwards teaching. Hey, y'all. The truth is here. It's everywhere. I'm adding my voice to the chorus of truth that's out in the world right now. That's what I'm doing. Check this out. They call me Corey, but I am talking to you right now. You hear me? And what did I say that wasn't true? I said they call me Corey, but I am talking to you right now, ain't I? Yeah, catch it. So, after, let's see, this what happened though. It was full of maggots and began to smell, so Moses was angry with them. You should have hurried up and ate it. I told you to hurry up and eat it. What you looking at it for, trying to keep it and investigate it, not a light that hit it and expose it for what it is. Each morning, everyone gathered as much as he needed. And when the sun grew hot, it melted away. On the sixth day, they gathered twice as much, 2 omers for each person. And the leaders of the community came and reported this to Moses. He said to them, this is what the Lord commanded. But this is not that they went out and gathered twice as much. It's miraculous because they ended up having twice as much. No matter how much they gathered for that day, when they went out and brought it back, it ended up being twice as much. This is another sign from the Lord. He give it, you know what I'm saying? But the way that it's translated, is you might miss that. But the Lord is working. He working. He is very busy. Well, he trying to get these people to worship him. So he presented himself to them with his signs and his wonders. But it's the difference between the Most High say he finished all his work and he rested. When he got done with all the work of his creation, he was done. I'm through. I'm resting. So you get this, what's called this seventh day. Let me break down this seventh day for y'all can understand this seventh day. When the Most High God finished with all his work, he rested. So all of reality operates according to the Most High. If the Most High rests, all reality rests after it's done working. The Most High is eternal. This thing is cyclical. So liken it unto a tree in the winter, in the fall, and in the winter. When you see the tree and all the leaves have fallen off the tree, it is not dead. It is at rest. Everything rests. You lay down to rest. The ground, the grass, it's about your life cycle. Once you are done producing, once you are finished with your work, you rest. You stop. But the tree ain't dead. It's soaking up the nutrients from the sun and from the earth. So that in its next season, it will produce and grow and work. It'll have its work that it does. Its work is producing its fruit. He always got a job to do. And his job is according to a certain order. This is instituted by the Most High God. This is what that is. That's what literally that means. The seventh day, the day of rest that we all have. And everything in existence has. All right. A day when even let's say a street sign. Street sign don't move. It's not alive. But one day it'll come a time where it'll no longer serve that purpose. Maybe well into the future, but it'll no longer be necessary. It'll be obsolete. And the material that's used to make that street sign will be repurposed for something else. It'll rest. It'll stop. It'll stop being a street sign because there's no longer a need for that street sign in that place, in that area. They're changing the name. And it'll be repurposed for something else. You understand? See, the creation story is repeated over and over again through these stories. The coming out of darkness. First the darkness is observed. That's the captivity in Egypt. That's the confusion. That's the sin. That's the wandering around in the desert. Then the light and the separation from the light from the dark. That's the flood. That's the walking through the Red Sea. Separate and walking through on dry ground. And the third day, the dry land appeared. After the flood, the ground dried, and they walked through on dry ground. All is all the way down to your atoms and molecules in your DNA. is the story is repeated in the sky and the stars. The story is repeated. Your story is repeated. The story of the Most High within you is repeated. All right. Back to Exodus 16. Nevertheless, some of the people went out on the seventh day to gather it, but they found none. Then the Lord said to Moses, how long will you refuse to keep my commands and my instructions? Bear in mind that the Lord has given you the Sabbath, the seventh day. That is why on the sixth day he gives you bread for 2 days. Everyone is to stay where he is on the seventh day. No one is to go out. So the people rested on the seventh day. That's what all that I was just talking about. That's what that seventh day is symbolic of. And here you have the Lord, who is Satan. He's making a claim that he is giving them this day. And this is why he's giving it to them. Understand this. Let me read it again. Then the Lord said to Moses, how long will you refuse to keep my commands and my instructions? Bear in mind that the Lord has given you the Sabbath. That is why on the sixth day he gives you bread for 2 days. Everyone is to stay where he is on the seventh day. No one is to go out. So the people rested on the seventh day. Pause. They ain't got the commandments yet, y'all. They haven't received none of these commandments. There are priests of the Most High God in existence. You know this from Melchizedek. But at this point in the story of the children of Israel, they haven't been given any instructions concerning the seventh day. Go back. We done been through this book. But here he's saying, I gave you the Sabbath. That's why I'm giving you 6 days. The point is, what I'm telling you is, it was already in existence. In nature itself. In the life of every human being. The question is, did that come from, was that instituted by this being? Or in Genesis chapter 2, let's read it. Let's read it. Genesis chapter 2, verse 2. By the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day, he rested from all his work. And God blessed the seventh day, the day of rest. It's a blessed day. It's a blessed day. And God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, set apart. Because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done. The manna, first let there be light. Then the fruit and vegetables growing on the second half of the third day, and that being your diet. And that's it. He say he rest. That's it. I'm through. I don't got nothing new to put on it. Nothing else to add to it. All reality Submit to the will of the Most High God. It is what it is. The Lord. Here we go. The people of Israel call the bread manna. It is white like coriander seed and tasted like wafers made with honey. Moses said, this is what the Lord has commanded. Take an omer of manna and keep it for generations to come, so they can see the bread I gave you to eat in the desert when I brought you out of Egypt. So Moses said to Aaron, take a jar and put an omer of manna in it, then place it before the Lord to be kept for the generations to come. As the Lord commanded Moses, Aaron put the manna in front of the testimony that it might be kept. The Israelites ate manna 40 years until they came to the land that was settled. They ate manna until they reached the border of Canaan. Ew. Can you imagine eating something? All right. This is a symbolic of false teaching, backwards teaching. The whole Israelite community set out from the desert of sin, traveling from place to place as the Lord commanded. They camped at Rephidim, but there was no water for the people to drink, so they quarreled with Moses and said, give us water to drink. Moses replied, why do you quarrel with me? Why do you put the Lord to the test? But the people were thirsty for water there, and they grumbled against Moses. They said, why did you bring us up out of Egypt to make us and our children and livestock die of thirst? Then Moses cried out to the Lord, what am I to do with these people? They are almost ready to stone me. The Lord answered Moses, walk on ahead of the people. Take with you some of the elders of Israel, and take in your hand the staff with which you struck the Nile, and go. I will stand there before you by the rock at Horeb. Strike the rock, and water will come out of it for the people to drink. So Moses did this in the sight of the elders of Israel, and he called the place Massah and Meribah, because the Israelites quarreled and because they tested the Lord, saying, is the Lord among us or not? The Amalekites came and attacked the Israelites at Rephidim. Moses said to Joshua, choose some of our men and go out to fight the Amalekites. Tomorrow I will stand on top of the hill with the staff of God in my hands. Joshua is Jesus. Yeshua. Joshua is Yeshua. Yeshua means salvation. God is salvation. Yah, God saves. That's the same name, Jesus. But Jesus went from Hebrew to Aramaic to Greek, and from there to English. And so they gave you Jesus. But if you go directly from the Hebrew, because Jesus was a Jew, it is Yeshua, and transliterated, it is literally Joshua. And this is Joshua, Jesus. Okay. What is he saying to him? Moses said to Jesus. Moses said to Joshua, Yeshua, choose some of our men and go out to fight the Amalekites. Tomorrow I will stand on top of the hill with the staff of God in my hands. Pay close attention to the actions of Joshua. Yeshua. So Joshua fought the Amalekites as Moses had ordered. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went to the top of the hill. As long as Moses held up his hands, the Israelites were winning. But whenever he lowered his hands, the Amalekites were winning. When Moses' hands grew tired, they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat on it. Aaron and Hur held his hands up, one on one side, one on the other, so that his hands remained steady until sunset. So Joshua overcame the Amalekite army with the sword. All right. Here we go, y'all. I'm finna give you this book. We're going to go to Revelation. You remember, we're going to hold up with Joshua. We're going to keep Joshua. We're going to keep Joshua on deck. Right? I need to find where this rider, I need to see this rider. Bear with me, y'all. The opening of the 7 seals. I watched the opening of the 7 seals, y'all. Now, in the spiritual sense, a nation or a group of people is spoken of in the singular. And the book says that the Lion of the tribe of Judah prevailed to open the seals that were on the book. Because the people, the one, whoever put the book together, placed 7 seals on it. But the prophecy is that the Lion of the tribe of Judah would prevail and overcome and be found worthy to break the seals, to open the seals and reveal the books, to open the book and reveal the information within it. When he looked at the lion that had prevailed, what he saw was a lamb as if it had been slain. So, Judah mean people of praise or praise ones. And the people of praise, the people that praise the Most High God, are going to be a sacrifice, a prey here, slaughtered here. But that these people would overcome and be found worthy to open the seals that were on the book, for having endured the slaughter, innocent slaughter, lambs, didn't even know, and were being sacrificed. And so, when he opened the seals, this is the first thing that he saw. I watched as the Lamb opened the first of the 7 seals, and I heard one of the 4 living creatures in a voice like thunder say in a voice like thunder, "Come." I looked, and there before me was a white horse. Its rider held a bow, and he was given a crown. And he rode out as a conqueror, bent on conquest. When the Lamb opened the second seal, I heard the second living creature say, "Come." Then another horse came out, a fiery red one. Its rider was given power to take peace from the earth and to make men slay each other. To him was given a large sword. Exodus chapter 17, verse 12. When Moses' hands grew tired, they took up stone and put it under him, and he sat on it. Aaron and Hur held his hands up, one on one side, one on the other, said his hands remained steady till sunset. Verse 13. So Joshua overcame the Amalekites' army with the sword. Then the Lord said to Moses, write this on a scroll as something to be remembered, and make sure that Joshua hears it, because I will completely blot out the memory of Amalek from under heaven. Moses built an altar and called it, the Lord is my banner. He said, for hands were lifted up to the throne of the Lord will be at war against the Amalekites from generation to generation. Revelation chapter 6, verse 7. When the Lamb opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the four living creatures say, come. I looked, and there before me was a pale horse. His rider was named Death, and Hades followed close behind him. They were given power over a fourth of the earth to kill by sword, famine, and plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth. This is the unleashing. Here they go, y'all. Here they come. Here they come, y'all. Here they come, y'all. I'm finna wipe out their memory from the face of the earth. And he say the Lord will be at war against the Amalekites from generation to generation. Go to Strong Concordance and find the meaning of Amalekite. And I looked it up, y'all, and I just can't recall it at the moment. And it have a real deep meaning, because Amalekite is the name of a person and a group of people. Amalek, and it have a mean. When next time I come to y'all, most high willing, that's what I'm gonna give y'all that. But he's at war. Do we look like he finished with all his work? I told you who he is. The Bible is written to reveal to you who he is from beginning to end, through his actions, through his work. The reason you can't see it is because you got given this information backwards. In the information, the truth was kept hidden from you by giving it to you backwards. Before then, they wouldn't even let you have the book. Everything was done in the name of the gods that they served, but only the priests and the clergy were allowed to have the book. Or certain, you had to be qualified. You wouldn't, they call those the Dark Ages. And they went about eradicating all other doctrines other than what they give you right here. And then what they give you right here, they give you backwards. That's why you look around you and you see people that look like you, look like me, steady revealing about this book and giving you that deeper meaning of this book, because the Lion of the tribe of Judah prevailed to open the seals. But you in fairy tale land, you waiting on something to come floating out the sky, with all of this. That's what you stuck on. So when it's right in your face, you deny it and won't turn away from the lie, because you was taught to never look to or in you for anything good. That's what they taught you. That's why they gave you the image, the false image. That's why they put that false image and made sure they put that false image in front of your grandparents and your great-great-grandparents and your great-great-great-grandparents. Yeah, that's why they made sure they put that false image in front of them. So that it was called an abomination set up in a place of worship. A crucifix is a symbolic of a dead body. It's a dead body set up in a place of worship. It's an abomination. It's an awful thing to do, especially in the place of worship. That's horrific. What could be more satanic? What could be more backwards than to hang a dead body in the place of worship? And when it's revealed to you how backwards it is, how they make a mockery of the Most High God by hanging a carcass in a place of worship, you'll understand how deep it goes. No, these men ain't crazy as you would believe. All these men from all these places revealing the same thing to you ain't drunk or crazy. Just revealing the truth to you. There are those that are dedicated to keeping this a secret from you. I mean, they're going to take this secret to the grave. Some of them stand in front of you and preach to you on Sundays out this book backwards and take your money and laugh at you, mock you to your face. I'm going to end this. This is epic conversation. This is Red Pill Bible Study. Come learn more in an hour than you've learned in years at these backwards churches. And I ain't passing no collection plate. Keep your money. Open your mind. All 3 eyes. Peace.